We have a culture that trains people to want something for their country.
As a kid, I grew up reading war books. I don't know, it just fascinated me, the camaraderie, the brotherhood.
We're in our 17th year of war, and we're doing it without a draft this time around. And so we are fighting these longest wars by redeploying the same volunteers over and over and over again in a way we've never done. We have a whole nother level of fanaticism. The suicide bombing tactics create a huge uncertainty for those in the war zone, and that level of hyper-awareness significantly increases psychological injuries.
They brought a 4-year-old little girl to me while I was on post. She had one arm and half a face. The things like that are the things that can't be unseen. Multiple people told me I had PTSD while I was in the Marine Corps and told me I needed to seek help. I refused to. Having issues like that while you're in the service is frowned upon.
That culture of service and sacrifice and selflessness is at the root of why so many veterans who are suffering return home and don't raise their hands and ask for help.
They train you to go to Iraq. They don't train you to come back.
My mind was always wandering back to what it was like and what I had experienced.
I chose to start using to get rid of all the pain and all the memories that I had from war.
I just needed to cope with things, and that was the best way to do it. I didn't think about the law. I didn't think about the consequences, but they surely started to come.
In a regular criminal court, the model is meant to be adversarial. There is no positive reinforcement. There's only, you're doing something wrong, we're going to punish you for that.
Putting a traumatized veteran in a cage does not solve their problems. They come out of the cage worse off, posing a greater threat to the public than they did before.
After I got out of jail, I went back to using it and I got angry, even more so than I was before.
And it's not long before they are back in trouble again and back in the court.
I was in and out of Ramsey County Correctional Facility. I think I did 5 years.
Veterans courts are intended to break that cycle of recidivism by setting aside the specific conduct that got the veteran in trouble and focusing instead on the underlying mental health and substance abuse issues that drove that conduct.
When they stepped up and started talking about trying to actually help, that was new for me.
It is meant to be collaborative. You have a team in which the judge becomes the voice, and the judge personally interacts with the veteran participant.
We spend 3 to 5 minutes at least as a judge chatting directly with that person.
And when a judge says to you, I heard you drank last night, what can we do? What were your triggers? How can we help you? That's pretty powerful.
Now these are the people, in my mind, that are supposed to be throwing the book at me, wanting to throw me in jail, wanting me to fail. That's not how it was.
They saw potential in me that I didn't see in myself, and they gave me the chance and they exhausted all of their resources on me to help me help myself.
There's an element of trust in everything, from treatment to the court to treatment to probation to the veteran, that we all have to build through this court process to be successful.
I just plan to continue going to college, get my bachelor's degree, and be a productive member of society.
Veterans signed up to do something that 1% of the population is willing to do.
We owe it as a country to these young men and women who have served and sacrificed on our behalf.
These are people that we've asked to pick up a weapon, to go man a post, and to end somebody else's life in the name of protecting our freedom and democracy.
And instead of saying, now you behave the way civilians behave, it's our responsibility to help them.
We're going to have thousands and thousands and thousands more veterans coming back who have seen more combat over a longer period of time. This is only going to escalate. And the faster we can get on to the Veterans Court movement, the better off our returning soldiers are going to be, and the safer we're all going to be.